You're not recording, are you?
Claire gay? Question mark?
Oh no.
That's my topic.
Lifestyles of the broken famous, trying to figure out what my goals and aims is, going down a road that I know is same.
And we're back. I'm John George. You're listening to Correct Me If I'm Wrong, a podcast where me and my friends, Dakin Uptograph, Michael Carey, and Matthew Markham.
That's me.
Yeah, I like what Matt did there.
Oh.
Yeah, just say a
I
little
tell him what
bit
the
after.
show's about?
Let's do it again.
Wait, should I tell them what the show's about this
Take
time?
my spot.
Alright. This is a show where me and my friends, we talk about rape. So,
Alright, I'll do that part.
and back to John.
Back to John. That was Dakin Uptograph talking about rape here.
No, we're not.
It's a show where we correct each other's opinions. We basically just go around saying opinion and then argue about it. That's the basic version. Mm-hmm. This week, we're not going to talk about religion, right, guys?
No, because we got the least amount of listens that we've had so far.
Bro, you don't tell them that.
Dude,
Oh,
now they
can
know
see
that we're terrible.
They can see that.
Yes, they can, but...
Confirmed our viewers hate religion.
Yeah, maybe.
So
I guess
we're not going to talk about that this week.
So I guess we're moving on. Moving on away from religion and on to atheism, right, guys?
No,
The lack of religion.
Yeah.
maybe more people like that.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to share their opinion first today?
I'll start.
Matt
Matt.
really wanted to
Sure. So, again, being super original, I've got a technology related.
No way.
Damn
More
it.
technology.
Does anyone else have a? You got it. Never mind.
No, mine's like social media related.
Okay. Well, my topic was in relation to televisions and how I don't like the trend we've got going on now where companies keep trying to make higher and higher resolution televisions because at a certain point movies just stop looking as good as they usually do. Like I don't think movie magic can hide as much mistakes and stuff that they used to be able to with the HD. I think it looks fine now, and it's good enough for me. So that's kind of my opinion on that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but super HD televisions are gay. Just kidding.
Right out.
A little bit.
Bro, they're bisexual.
That's the new-
Everyone knows that.
That's the new thing on here. We all correct me if I'm wrong. Have to do with something being gay
Yeah,
or
this
not
is our
gay.
trial program to figure out what you all like.
Yeah,
Maybe not all of us.
yeah.
Just Michael.
Just Michael.
Michael takes offense because he is gay.
That's not true.
Correct me if I'm
Just
wrong.
hiding it. He's just hiding it. Just let him keep hiding it, I guess.
What do you think?
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. If you look at 4K TVs, the thing about resolution is that it just it keeps going up, but it's not making a difference really. The more and more you go up.
Yeah, we're at a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, like 1080p, which is what we're at right now, is very good, and 4K is also good, but it's very similar to 1080p. So
We just can't tell as much of a difference anymore. I don't
yeah,
think.
people. 4K TVs cost a lot of money, and I think that's
Yeah, they do.
stupid because they're not. It's not that much better.
Well, paying for a lot more pixels, but I don't think the value you're getting from it is worth the price
Yeah.
anymore.
But they are curved. TVs are curved.
I do like the curved TVs.
Yes,
They're cool.
So.
And you got the new TVs like on the front and the back.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
true.
I
Yeah, I
Dakin-
saw that.
Dakin was
Yeah.
telling us about
I
it.
have not seen
Those
that.
are
I don't
huge.
quite get what the point of those is going to be.
So what
Well,
we do is we put the TV in the middle of this room. Michael could watch his NBA game from 2000 while
Yeah.
we watch
yeah, but is it
Anything else,
present
apparently.
stuff from the present.
Are you going to be able
Over
to
here.
watch two separate things, or is it just going to be the same thing on both sides?
if
Oh.
eventually they should make it so you can watch two different things.
Yeah, but then still you're
But-
going to have different sound coming from the same television.
Oh yeah.
But they'll probably be projected differently. They'll probably have like some kind of soundproof barrier between them
all
or
have to
something.
wear
Plus, if it shares
I mean-
like one cable, like if it was like a
You have to have
simple,
two cable lines
as
or
if
something.
it was as simple as just this one cable on this TV, it wouldn't be good. Like things like DirecTV and Comcast, they would have to like put out technology that allows you to
Yeah,
Look
there's
at
probably a
two
lot that
channels
has to
at once.
change.
two channels at
to
once and
complete
stuff.
that.
And like I don't know, maybe everyone will just be wearing their Bluetooth headphones because Apple has revolutionized
We're not talking about that anymore.
by getting rid of wires.
Well, I am gonna say that those new high definition TVs, like all the increased number of pixels on TV, I think that's all gonna be irrelevant in about 10 years because I think we're all gonna have virtual reality helmets that are going to just get rid of TVs entirely.
In 10 years? Nah.
10 years?
That's way too quick.
We're all gonna wear.
I think it's
helmets
gonna be
around?
10 years.
Not helmets.
Not
I'm
helmets.
saying
Not
like
helmets?
the goggles
Yeah.
that they have right now are just going to be miniaturized.
I just listened to a podcast the other day where someone was talking, some guy who's part of a company that's like making spectating for football games and like sports events and esports on virtual reality, where you can literally like where it seems like you are sitting in the stadium
Yeah.
watching the game.
I'm not a huge fan of virtual reality, at least of what I've experienced so far.
Yeah, that's a technology that definitely needs some help.
I mean, it's been around for a while. They're only recently making it, very much commercially available. But even still, I've just never been all that much into it. I think stuff similar to what Pokemon Go does, where you can see
Augmented
digital,
reality?
yeah, augmented reality stuff that's
I'm
in the
very
real
interested in
world
that.
but not there. I think that's a cooler concept.
I think that's a great stepping stone to get to virtual reality if you are scared, because I'm like definitely kind of scared about what virtual reality can do to like humanity, basically. So,
Oh, I totally agree with you.
so augmented reality is like a nice little stepping stone because it's still planted in reality, with just
I just think it's more interesting of a concept than immersing yourself in a video game world. I think it's cooler to try and bring the video games out, or like the entertainment out, into the real world.
yeah. I also hope virtual reality is not the main way of video games in the future,
I don't think it will be.
because I like these video games too. And sitting down playing Smash, how would that feel?
Yeah, that'd be
Obviously,
great.
you don't like that, bro.
What?
Considering we don't have it here.
I love Smash.
Yeah. not
There's a
that
great
much.
inside joke that no one in the podcast understands.
Because John usually has Smash and he hasn't brought it yet. We're all waiting.
Yeah, I
Any
don't know
day
where it
now.
is. I feel like it's here.
Any
it's
day
not.
now. Nope, we've looked.
Oh, geez, we went to virtual reality from your TV thing.
But
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole point of this, is just to get a conversation going.
I know this is a little off topic, but I do have a question. Is it technically virtual reality if you're doing something like sitting in a seat at a sports stadium watching a live game? Is that still virtual reality, or is that more...
Like what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
you have the goggles on and
you're in the stadium, like, supposedly.
Yeah, that's still virtual reality.
You think that's virtual
Yeah.
reality still?
Well, it's faking your reality, essentially.
But the reality is actually happening. Like, it's not like they're creating
it's
new
a
world.
reality, but it's
But
not
they're-
It's like
Ooh.
the only way
It
it's
is
virtual.
virtual.
The
You're
only way it's virtual is
experiencing
like
it
the headset part.
Yeah. You know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
As
so
far
it's
as-
kind of weird.
I don't know.
I still think
That-
it's virtual
That
reality,
concept interests me. I hope they don't do it because then people will stop going to games.
No, I think it still will not
Yeah.
be as good as going to games.
No way.
It's the guy was explaining it as a way to get more people.
I think
to
it'll be
go to
like
games.
the equivalent
okay.
of like pay-per-view or something.
Yeah. The guy was saying like, oh, if they haven't been to a game before and they want to experience it, they can on their couch, and then they'll realize, oh, this is pretty cool. I'd love to go out and
Okay.
do this.
It could be more of a marketing tool.
Yeah,
That's
Cool.
interesting. I like that. Okay.
but he said the spectating thing is not only going to be that; it's going to be like having a TV, but with like stats and stuff
Okay.
around it and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And with like, well, obviously with esports, it's a lot different because you literally can like go onto like the battlefield or whatever and
Ooh.
like stand there while like people are shooting guns and whatever.
Ooh. That's pretty cool.
So maybe you could like What if one virtual reality camera was on Tom Brady's helmet, and you could pretend you were Tom Brady
I
playing
could
the
be Tom.
Colts?
Wow.
Could he take it home to his wife?
Passes.
Yeah. Yes. And then
Can we just live as Tom Brady for like a whole day?
You can.
What's up, Giselle?
Yeah, he was nude in
How you
Italy.
doing?
He was
Oi.
nude in Italy this week. We could. Did you
sweet.
guys see that?
I did
Tom
not.
was nude in
He
Italy.
was nude in Italy. Someone took a picture of him nude
Yeah,
in Italy.
Classic Tom.
I'd be
Yeah.
nude if I was in Italy.
Yeah, me too.
And,
When in Rome.
I mean, we're all nude right here.
yeah,
We're
that's
not
how we
in
do
Italy,
this
so-
podcast. Everyone has to sit here nude.
Yeah.
That's the kind of the secret that
Yeah.
no one's known.
I mean,
You're
It
welcome,
really- it
all
really gets
two
some
of
good
our
thoughts
female
out.
listeners.
yeah.
You got a topic, Michael?
Yeah, I do have a topic actually.
Yeah.
It's not related to anything we've actually talked about yet.
Sweet.
So changing gears a little bit. I'm sitting here watching the debate this week, and I had an assignment for class. It was about we had to write about this stance, one candidate's stance on healthcare, and so I looked a little bit more into Donald Trump's stance on healthcare. I knew he's very much against the Affordable Care Act, but he also says that he wants universal healthcare, and that's a plan he's going to implement, which is interesting because that's kind of, he's against Obamacare,
Not Republican.
but he is for universal health care, which is not Republican. So my topic is regarding political party, because I was thinking that's not Republican. That's just not typical Republican, and so he can't talk about his healthcare policy very much because that could take away from his Republican voters. So my topic is rather, correct me if I'm wrong, but eliminating political parties would require voters to be more informed on their decision.
I agree, but I don't think it's a reality.
Oh yeah, it'll
I don't-
never happen.
Yeah, I don't think that you could get rid of parties, but I do agree that if they were gotten rid of, that voters have to be more informed, or they wouldn't vote at all.
Yeah, because parties are kind of like a cheat sheet, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like, oh, this guy's a Republican. He must believe in everything I believe
Yeah,
in.
like
exactly.
I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, my family's always been Republican, so I have to be a Republican.
Yeah.
Or they'll know kind of like 2 or 3 things about most Republicans what
Yeah.
they generally believe in.
Yeah.
Like, the general list off is that Republicans are for small government and Democrats are for big government. It's
Yeah.
kind of like their main pitch usually, or what you're taught when you're in like first grade or
Those are the
whatever.
basic principles. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, just like all candidates are like a little. Donald Trump definitely has some Democrat-like policies, like
Oh,
the universal
he definitely
health care and some gun control things and stuff like that.
I just think it's ridiculous that he won't talk about it because he's afraid
Yeah.
of stepping on people's toes in his own party.
And yeah, and it feels like his whole candidacy.
I don't think it's that at all. I just think he doesn't really have a plan.
Yeah. Okay.
That's always
That's
been my
another
opinion
debate
of him.
topic.
And that's a good strategy.
His whole
it's working
and I
out
get
for
that.
him.
His whole strategy has been
Can't blame
but his
him.
whole strategy has been appealing to Republican voters mainly. So
Well,
I don't blame him for hiding some policies like that.
Really? You think
If
it's
he-
okay for a presidential candidate to be...
Well, he's getting a lot of votes for it, so I guess it is.
I mean, you
okay.
can not like it, but it's hard to fault him for
Yeah.
doing something that's working really well.
I just don't think it's ethically correct.
Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't think anything politicians do is ethically
Yeah.
correct.
Even though Donald Trump is supposed to be the non-politician here,
Yeah.
Right.
that's the appeal of him. He still does some things that aren't too ethical.
I mean, obviously, there's business ethics too.
Yeah.
But that's another topic, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Did you watch the most recent South Park, John?
Yes,
Was on last
yesterday.
night? Yeah.
It was so amazing. I
It was a
loved
really
it
good
so
episode.
much.
Were there any references?
Where they had the
They had the debate.
on. I think they made it before the actual debate
Yeah,
happened because
there's no references to it.
But it was basically like Mr. Garrison saying that he doesn't want to be president and he has no idea what he's doing.
Who's supposed to be Trump?
Yeah,
Ah.
and Hillary being like he is a liar and cannot be trusted.
It was
and everyone's
basically-
still voting for him.
And it reminded me of when Marco Rubio kept in one debate where he just had that thing he kept saying over and over again.
I don't recall
What was it?
I can't remember.
All right, good start.
Okay, yeah, good point. Good point.
I thought you guys would remember. It was like a huge point in it.
I don't remember.
It was a huge, like, funny thing in the debate because Donald Trump, like, called him out on it. And he, like, legitimately just said the same thing again, like in that South Park, is what it was referencing.
Okay.
Um,
what were we talking about again? All right,
Yeah, the debate. What else did you guys think of the debate?
Yeah, I mean, the political parties aren't necessarily, like, in concept, they're not a bad thing, but the fact that they're so polarizing and there's only two of them at this point is kind of what makes them bad, is that there's such a limited amount of choice.
Oh, I would love it if there were, like... I'd love it if we ditched the Republican-Democrat system and we just kind of went for
like
free
30 parties, that'd be way better.
Yeah.
But it'll never happen.
Yeah, I know.
It's just...
sad.
Eh.
Good election. This is like all of our first election we're voting in, right?
Sure.
Yeah, this is
Well,
true.
I can kind of build off Michael's topics, and mine is actually close to the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And
This is
so,
why we need to tell each other.
it's alright. It's kind of different. Mine is, correct me if I'm wrong, but we shouldn't have a limit on how long a president can serve. So, like, by what I mean by that is, like, why is it that, like, say we get a good president, say, like, a George Washington comes along, why are we going to tell him after 8 years, you have to be done? Like, you did a good job, but, like, you got to go. We need somebody else to see if they can do the same thing you did. Like, why can't we just have an election every 4 years? And, like, if Barack Obama wanted to run this year, then he could. And, honestly, I think he'd probably win again.
I think he definitely
And
win.
I don't like Obama. I'm saying he'd win because you have Obama versus against someone he already beat and Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
What was the historical reasoning behind it? Wasn't
dictatorship.
it FDR had, like, who was it that had, like, 4 in a row?
problem they
And then
were-
I believe it was FDR. He had... Did he have 3 or 4?
He had 3.
He did 3.
Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, the concept is that even if they're, being a good president, being able to maintain power for that long is just going to kind of lead to corruption.
at some point.
I mean,
Yeah.
the original concept was they didn't want to have, like the elections were because they didn't want more monarchs in the American system. And then they later realized that even though they, this person was elected in, if they're popular enough, but they could be abusing something, they could not be taken out of office.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then they turn into the monarch that we were trying to
Yeah.
get
Now,
rid
like,
of
we're
when we
stuck.
switched.
Like, you hear a lot of people complaining about, I have to choose Hillary or Trump. Like, why shouldn't you be able to, like, choose the current president if that's what you wanted to do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's
Like, I feel like,
interesting.
like, maybe back then it would have been easier to be corrupt, but with all the social media and stuff like that, I
Yeah,
think it'd be
it's
a
hard.
lot harder to, like, get away with that kind of stuff.
It is harder. If so many people would speak out immediately because it's so much easier to speak out
Yeah.
immediately now.
Mhm.
If the president was doing something that we didn't want him to do, but it might be hard to. He might hide it pretty well too.
And obviously, like I said, we should still have, like, elections every 4 years, but
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think there should be a limit on how many times you can run. If you're doing a good job, then why can't we keep you in office?
yeah.
I think one problem
I don't
we
know.
face with that is the appointment of judges
That's true.
in the Supreme Court. And
Because the president appoints.
it's,
Yeah.
it's the president's responsibility to appoint judges. So you don't want, say, a president serves 3 terms and, I don't know, he is able to appoint up to like 5 judges. Like, that's a very controlled Supreme Court. And at that point, many things can go in the favor of the president. Maybe
Yeah.
they're not necessarily corrupt, but over time, that can build.
Yeah.
And he could have essentially control over the courts.
That's a good point.
The other thing
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say, it kind of stunts the progress of change, because, I mean, we have it with senators and congressmen that they
Yeah.
can be, in their positions for life.
Yeah, I don't think 8 years is long enough
For
to be the president. I don't think, like, 8 years you can get done what you say you're going to get done.
Really?
I mean, that's a separate topic, I guess, for
Yeah.
for debate. But I was going to say is that, we have, some people consider it a problem that mostly young people, is that we kind of have a whole bunch of old people in Senate and House of Representatives at the moment, because they were voted in and they do a fine enough job, or they kind of just they can kind of, I don't know,
Yeah, they check the box.
Stay in the middle ground. Yeah, kind of check the box.
Yep.
For their entire term and be in there for like 40 years. And you never get any change if that's happening. So I think that's part of the concept of why they don't want someone to stay in office. Also, a president, kind of with the justices thing, you can conglomerate power more and more over time.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe if you even start doing, like you keep saying if you're doing a good job, you should be able to stay in office. There could come a point where they've been in office for so long, but they've garnered enough power within the government, from electing officials and, being able to appoint their own people that they could maybe even start to influence elections or take more control than would have been possible for someone who's only in the position for 4 to 8 years. So I think that could be a place.
Matt bringing in some great intelligence here.
That's what I do.
To this debate.
That's what I do.
What do you think, John?
What do I think? There are a lot of problems. It's something we have to think about for sure, because there's a reason why. There are some good reasons why we stopped allowing presidents to go for that long. Obviously, I am one of those people who would love to see Obama be able to run again this year, because I'm just not a fan of either of these candidates. But I don't know. There are a lot of downsides. I don't have enough. Yeah, I just don't have enough knowledge to pass this amendment to the Constitution saying we should.
Well, I feel like
should undo this.
Like the most problems with like dictatorships is because they don't hold like running elections. Like they kind of just like whenever people don't like it, they try and revolt like all of a sudden, and it's kind of too late by then. But like if you keep like elections every 4 years or something, then you can kind of stop the train before it gets going.
Well, I mean, sometimes you see with like some dictators will hold elections because they're not technically labeling themselves as a dictator. They label their country as a democracy, but you'll hear stories all the time about a lot of corruption within the voting system, where they're because they have so much control within the government, they're stuffing ballots and kind of rigging
But I feel like those are second, third world countries, not first world countries.
I mean, the concept's still there. Could happen if someone's
let's
in
be real
a
world.
position of power.
Let's live in our own world, Matt.
It's time
Come
to,
on.
That's true.
Let's be real world. It's time
not
to,
those faraway lands.
It's time to ditch these dictatorships. Come on. It's been like 300 years or whatever since all these revolutions, and these people are still not moving on.
What do you mean, these people?
Are you trying to make stereotypes here?
Yes. It's time for these countries to adopt a better political system, is what I'm saying here. Power to the people is the way to go.
All right, you hear that, North Korea? We're coming for you.
And I'm just sick of it.
Oh,
these people of North Korea
on the podcast.
Yeah, I'm
He
calling
listens
you out.
to this.
Sir, I'm calling you out.
He's our biggest fan.
I know you are, sir, but
And we appreciate it.
we really do appreciate the listens. You even listened to our last episode, which was poorly titled. I know.
Yeah.
Imagine
said
if we
it-
got called into North Korea, like in the interview.
Oh, man.
It's like his favorite program as he listens to correct me if I'm wrong every week.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. Sorry we haven't selected your emails. We will one of these days.
All the times he threatens to nuke places is when we forget.
I mean-
is like during the off season.
If I were
brought
him,
it back.
if I were him, I would love to, be in control of an entire country too. I don't blame the guy, but it's time to
It
move on.
sounds fun.
It's time to move on to smarter, better political systems, sir.
You can do it, sir. We believe in you.
It's been a while since the first countries decided, hey, democracy's pretty cool. Why don't you follow suit? All right, it's been a good 300.
It's about that time.
Yeah, it's about that time to advance, like the rest of the world, buddy. All right,
You got
Thanks,
your
kid.
topic, John.
yeah, that was my topic.
Kim Jong-un. Sweet.
I guess we're done.
Yep, my topic
Oh, we're not
is
done.
about the old social media, and it's about big events. Big events that happen in this world, like terrorist bombings in Paris and whatnot. I showed these guys a video of a fake app.
That was
video.
fake?
Yep.
What?
Satirical, fake. It was basically an app that would post your thoughts and prayers every time a tragedy happens in the world. You'd post your thoughts and prayers to Twitter, to your social media, and you could pay to get thousands of likes. fake app. I know
Can't
some of
believe
you.
that's
I know
fake.
some of you guys are looking it up on the App Store now, trying to download that baby.
I paid $40 for something. I don't know what I paid.
Basically, I think when tragic events like this happen, that social media posts, while they spread awareness, I think they are pointless and stupid because they all
No, you are.
they're all like my thoughts and prayers out to the people in Paris and stuff like that. And I feel like the feeling of social media makes me think this person is just trying to get likes. Because when you post something to social media, like a lot, you're just trying to get likes. You're trying to get retweets. And it's like, okay, do you really like if you cared about this for real that much, you would just post to social media about it.
So what's your correct me if I'm wrong?
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Social media is stupid.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but most social media posts after a tragic event happens are pointless and stupid. And gay.
Had to go there.
They are gay.
I agree, John.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm...
Episode's over.
Okay.
No.
Oh, wait, there's more, kids.
You know, I don't want to sound self-righteous, but I've never been someone who likes social media all too much.
Oh, congrats.
I'm just saying.
Cool. Good for you.
Hey. I had a Twitter for a little bit. Didn't really do anything with it and finally deleted it.
You deleted your Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh. No wonder I lost that follower.
Yeah. Jeez.
Like 2 years ago. The only three of the things I check are like Snapchat, Instagram, and I go on Facebook like once a week to see if like a family member's died or something.
Because you see that post, it's like thoughts and prayers, right?
Yep. Thoughts and prayers to my aunt. Bye.
Jeez, bro.
That's a short post.
hard.
I really didn't
I
care.
know.
You're a loser.
Bye. that's what they said.
See ya.
See ya.
But yeah, because it just annoys me a lot because I think most people who spend a lot of time on said social media sites tend to think that their opinions need to be heard way too much. But I just don't like that. I don't like doing that at all. Like when you were complaining about Drew just yesterday about his tweets.
Sorry, Drew.
Dang it, Drew.
What?
It's his birthday, guys. Today's Drew's birthday.
I don't follow Drew on Twitter.
Who was it? Never mind. Talking
Brock?
about something
It was
else.
probably
But you were talking about the tragedies thing, and I remember being kind of irritated by when after the France attack, Facebook put up the little filter you could put on your profile picture of the Paris flag.
Annoying.
It was so No, because it was
flags.
It was a way for people to pretend that they actually care,
Yeah.
but they don't. And part of the app video that you were watching was making fun of the fact that people like to send their thoughts and prayers to tragic events that happen in first world countries, like France. But when terrible things happen in other random countries around the world that maybe don't get enough press, no one really cares or talks about it on
Terrible
social
things
media.
don't happen in there, dude.
Yeah, never.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, nothing ever bad happens in North Korea, but yeah. So I agree with a very big point that Matt brought up, which is that so the original purpose of Twitter wasn't really to be posting yourself. It was to be following like celebrities and major news events and sports figures, whatever you really are interested in, to follow that. And what's really turned into, what are my thoughts today? What am I eating today? That's great.
What meme describes my lunch?
Exactly. I mean, all of this stuff, it's pretty pointless. Like, I'm sorry, I don't really care. I think that major events should be posted about by news companies on social media, but like you said, that filter, great, you want to put up the filter? Is that really going to do anything?
The filter wasn't a bad thing, but I feel like a lot of people felt like there was some sort of obligation to put it on, and if Facebook's gonna try to pretend that they really care about this situation or something, they should be doing it for all the special tragedies around the world, but they don't. They do it for publicity part.
I think it was a bad thing. It took like some girls from like a 6 to an 8 because you couldn't really see their faces.
A 6 to an 8.
That was pretty bad.
6 to an 8. You said they went up.
The true tragedy.
Yeah, because you couldn't see how ugly they actually were.
Oh,
So Dakin was hooking up with some ugly chicks.
Yeah.
because they thought-
Legit hooking up with ugly girls on Facebook because of their Paris filter.
They thought they were hotter than they were.
Met them in person. He's like, I thought your face was like kind of blue and red. And
So that's when I hate when things happen around the world because they make stupid filters and I hook up with ugly girls.
that smile on your face was for the past 5
When
minutes.
victims of a tragic event, when they're a part of it, do you think the first thing they're thinking is like, am I trending on Twitter right now?
I really hope not.
Like they're in the hospital, they hurt their leg from a bombing or something. They're like, wonder what people are saying on Twitter about me.
But this guy has a filter of our flag, so it's okay.
This one guy from Indiana,
John George, has a filter of me, so it's all
he must
good.
love France.
Yeah, makes me feel bad.
I'm so glad he's helping.
Doing so much.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't give a shit about what happened in the world. Like, like I've never said I'll keep you in my thoughts and prayers. Like, if I was gonna help you, I'd send you like cash or food or something. Like if something ever happened to me, like I'd want people to send me money or food, not freaking thoughts and prayers.
Exactly.
That doesn't
I
help.
can't remember whose stand-up it was, but
It's such a way for people to feel better about themselves without doing shit.
he was just like, some stand-up. The guy was like, I'll keep you in my prayers. He's like, just make me a sandwich.
Yeah.
Like, that's not helping me.
Yeah, like if you care, just like send some money or join the military or send some food or something.
I won't get into religion. But I personally think that prayers are something that.
All right,
is
let's just stick
important.
to thoughts.
Okay,
here,
all
guys.
right. Let's
No,
keep the thoughts.
No, like what do you get? Like a certain amount of prayers and you're
Oh,
automatically
God.
good. Like you have to reach a certain limit or what?
Oh no, the title's gonna be "We Talk
I got
About
the high
Religion
score of
Again."
prayers over here. A lot of people are praying for me.
God, yep,
God
you
has
got
like a
25
leaderboard.
prayers. Everything is good now.
God has like a leaderboard on his wall. Like Michael's only got one prayer.
John sent 2 prayers this month. Neither one helped.
hate that guy.
Yep, doesn't matter.
Okay.
God.
I don't want to go into this. Say what you want.
That's in the Bible, dude. The leaderboard.
The leaderboard is not in the Bible.
Yeah, dude.
You think the angels play like fantasy with who they think say the most prayers every week?
Yeah, I got Michael as my starting.
First round draft pick is Michael.
My starting before bed prayer. Yeah, I got Matt as my pre-dinner blessings.
Oh, good pick.
Good pick. He's always blessing his food.
I'm just gonna leave it there. I don't even know how to talk about this.
So to answer John's question, yes, people do it for attention.
Yeah, I think there's some sincerity to it, but
Doubt
more
it.
often than not, I mean, I don't think I'm insincere if I pray before I go to bed when no one can hear it, or
We hear it.
I get attention world. I yell my prayers and keep my roommates up awake.
Yeah.
Amen. Thank God we can go to bed now.
Please
But-
let Claire talk to me.
Nope. Yeah, you took.
I'm really tired of you hearing you yelling praise Allah from your room. It's really obnoxious, especially when I'm trying to sleep.
Wow.
I don't remember saying
I
that.
hope we offend a lot of people then.
Oh man.
If we offended you, good.
Oh,
Don't offend us with your thoughts and prayers.
oh gosh. Okay.
Are you guys burned out on this topic?
Oh, you know what else I hate? Whenever somebody says, I'll pray for you.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
God darn it.
I mean, like in person, like if you're doing like something bad and they're like, "Oh, I'll pray for
if
you,"
you're
like very
like
condescending,
a bad guy.
Yeah, like very condescending. Like I'll pray for you. Like
Take
screw
your
you.
prayers and shove them up your
I don't want
ass.
your prayers.
Oh, why?
I do what I want.
Yeah,
I just think it's
Guys.
funny because it's exactly the opposite of what Michael thinks.
Guys,
It's just like,
I'm not gonna go up to somebody who's like taking a drink under 21 and saying, "Oh, I'll pray for you, Dakin."
no, but I feel like some people would.
I feel like that was like bad. I feel like people don't do that anymore. Maybe like maybe
I
older
really
people
hope
would do that
not.
for you now.
Yeah.
Boy,
I feel like that might have been a common saying at one point in this history.
I'd have to do a lot of praying for people in college. I better start now.
You guys
Be
ready for
racking
our-
up the score for what was it?
The leaderboard.
The leaderboard.
Gabriel up in heaven.
Leaderboard.
Oh,
Like
man.
PPR, like bless you is our half point. When I sneeze, I don't want bless. That's a
Oh,
natural
Hail Mary's
process.
like
I
a
don't need
touchdown.
bless to sneeze.
Bless you when someone's sneezing.
That goes back to when there wasn't a cure for like the common cold, and
you
if
say,
someone
like,
got the cold, they might die, and so they would say like "bless you."
We should start a new thing to say when people sneeze.
If
Instead
you
of
like say
bless you,
God
just
damn it
like-
or something, it'd be like a fumble.
Yeah.
You lose points.
Oh no, he said, God damn it.
I say goddamn it quite frequently.
That's why you're like 0.2% owed.
Yeah.
Some people believe it.
You're on the waiver.
I'm still on waivers.
Alright, the title of this episode is definitely going to have something to do with the leaderboard, I'll tell you what.
Oh no! There's no leaderboard, guys. Don't listen.
Something to do with God.
Gay question mark?
What is that fantasy called? Fantasy praying?
Fantasy prayers.
I don't know. You guys came up with it. It's not real.
This is not Michael. You're that God. You're
is
getting
your-
points from Michael right now as he
Good-
denies this.
Good topic, Michael. Good topic.
All
It
right.
wasn't my topic.
Oh, it was, sir.
All right. Do you guys want to hear this write-in?
All right. Yeah.
Next week we debate
from
who's
Mr.
on the top of the fantasy
Mr.
board.
Josh. Josh is his name. This is about religion, but don't take it seriously, is what he's saying. Don't take it too seriously.
I'll try not to.
It's like a fun little question. It's not a correct me if I'm wrong either, but I'll just read. What's up, fellas? I've listened to the show since last year, and I must say the new cast members like Matt and Michael have brought some great conversations to the table.
I like this guy.
This guy's a bot.
This guy...
Fake for sure.
Not real.
Yep, he did send a link. He said, want to check out my cam.
Link to
And
it.
send me a link. So,
Uh-oh.
here we go. Anyways, sorry this isn't a correct me if I'm wrong, but I have a question for you. If heaven was confirmed real and God wouldn't be pissed at you or whatever for committing suicide, would you end your life to live in the eternal greatness that is heaven?
Hell yeah.
Isn't heaven advertised as a place of your dreams? If so, I'd like to live there much more than Idaho. Keep up the great work and don't take my question too seriously. Thanks, Josh.
Oh,
from
Josh,
Idaho.
I like you so much less.
No, I'd rather live here. I like it here.
I always thought heaven must get really boring if it's for eternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like options, right?
I want to hang out with my dead family members forever.
Like heaven's
Kidding me?
whatever you want, right? Like then you could just
Is it? I don't
then you
know.
just that's what he said, isn't it? I can't remember.
Oh. You forgot. You read it 10 seconds ago.
I'm content. I'll stay.
Dakin staying.
Oh, gosh.
Come on, Michael. Go to your heavenly father. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Jesus, dude. Literally,
Shit
Jesus.
on Michael podcast.
Oh, I'm,
Oh, he just said, "Isn't heaven advertised as a place of your dreams?"
so, I'm going to say...
Don't take it too seriously.
I'm not going to take it too
That's what he
seriously,
said.
so I'll say no.
He's just gonna
I
say.
don't think I'd kill myself.
I had a dream about Gatorade last night. So does that mean heaven's got Gatorade in it?
I'm
Yes,
sure heaven got Gatorade.
I'm sure. I
Or
mean,
better.
I always imagine heaven as whatever you wanted it to be.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put hella Gatorade in there, and they would all be cool blue. I'll tell you what.
All of them?
Yes.
you didn't like Gatorade.
Yeah, well, if it was
Only
heaven,
cool
it
blue.
wouldn't matter if I got like fat from sugar.
You wouldn't get fat.
Exactly. And if I
Unless
did,
you wanted to.
if I did, I would still make it so Mila Kunis would be attracted to me. Don't you worry.
Well, okay, there's certain things that aren't in heaven.
Oh, come on, Michael. Don't let me down like
Then
this.
hell no, I'm not going.
I'm going to hell. I'm committing suicide.
The
right
heaven
now.
I
I'm
want
going to
hookers and blow.
Alright.
Life on Earth is heaven, guys.
That's not true.
That's really deep.
There you go.
For a Facebook.
There you guys
It's
go.
false.
Life on Earth is heaven right here. No committing suicide for me. I'm staying here.
Ah.
Matt, this is your chance.
Finally do it.
Yep.
We'll now conclude the show with Matt's suicide.
A moment of silence.
Someone
please.
get me a stool.
You just hear Matt choke. You just hear a stool fall. And then just like...
Bless you, good sir. My thoughts and prayers are with you.
Oh,
Give me one, God. Give me one.
Guys better say
That's
lots
one
of
point
prayers.
for you, God. God
Need
is
a win this week.
And other dudes, this is my last episode, folks.
Michael is
He's killing himself.
not only is he quitting, but he just found out heaven was real from Mr. Josh.
Oh, gosh, darn it, Josh.
All right.
Michael's been trying to get the window open this whole time.
We are on the second floor.
What an episode. Dakin's been juggling his cup the whole time. We had some laughs. You know,
We had some people laughed.
some people cried.
That was a winner.
Everyone goes home a winner, folks.
Yep. Everyone.
Not everyone.
Remember when we used to have, like, winners?
Yeah,
That was,
Yeah.
remember that?
that was rigged.
Remember?
Oh, my
Oh, Dakin.
I'm sorry. We're considering firing Dakin for this cup thing, alright?
That means you're down 2 cast members.
Alright, if you want to write in like Mr. Josh did, correct me if I'm wrong, show@gmail.com is where you go. He just asked a question, but we usually like if you bring your own correct me if I'm wrong to the table.
Suck, Josh.
Yeah, so we're pretty pissed at Josh right now. And
Yeah, if you could be the first viewer to ever actually give us a correct me if I'm wrong, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
'Cause none of them do.
they all are just, we're honestly, I'm signing these emails up for just shitty websites where they get all this spam
Oh, that'd
that
be
comes
sweet.
in. Yeah, so Josh, if spam starts rolling in your email inbox, you know why. You know why, buddy. Follow us on Twitter. CMIIW Podcast is our Twitter handle. At where you ask? CMIIW Podcast. And listen to us on Spreaker. Listen to us on iTunes. Subscribe to us on iTunes. Write a review for us on iTunes.
We're on iTunes?
We're on iTunes.
Huh. I was unaware.
It's a surprise to all of our members, as you can see. Yeah, I actually prefer if you listen to this podcast or if you're on this podcast. I prefer if you send people our way via iTunes. That's my favorite way.
Yeah.
Because they can subscribe, and then it automatically downloads every episode for them,
Wow.
giving us listens.
Nice.
I like listens.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kim
Thank you
Jong-un.
guys. Yeah, thank you for listening, Kim Jong-un. And if you want to check our podcast page, Mr. Kim Jong-un wrote a review. So check it out. See you guys next week.